This is the 4-in-1 vegan tomato sauce. All right.
Yeah. The cable.
You were the one that decided to tie this shirt and wear this shirt, which is also see-through up here.
It's cute.
It's a miking nightmare, but it's cute.
And that has nothing to do with the fact that I just got my foot tangled in
Well,
the
no, because
wire.
now the wire is running behind you instead of in front of you.
Oh. Hey guys, I'm Anna.
And I'm Brian.
And we are
Those annoying vegans.
Ooh.
So guys, as vegans, we're used to reading the ingredients labels on the foods that we buy. That's just what we do.
Yeah.
But sometimes you go to the store and you just grab something and you buy it and you take it home because it would be preposterous for this food item to have animal ingredients in it, right?
Wrong. Then you get home and you're about to pour that tomato sauce on your pizza dough and you happen to glance at the ingredients. And there in bold, how could you have missed it? It says contains milk. Why does this have milk in it?
Said every vegan ever.
And that's what Brian said last week when it happened to us.
Yes. Now keep in mind this was Kroger brand traditional pasta sauce in the classic tomato flavor.
Not vodka sauce, not creamy tomato, not 4 cheese. Classic tomato.
So what did we do?
Well, of course we returned it, but in the moment we still needed something to put on our pizza. So we did some next level vegan We read the ingredients label thoroughly this time, and we copied it. Except for the Romano cheese, we left that out because
Level 10 difficulty stuff right there. We also added a couple extra spices of our own, some spices and herbs that we like, and the sauce was so good that we not only used it on pizza, we used it on pasta, we used it on tacos, and we used it as a salsa to dip tortilla chips.
And as always, this recipe is delicious, affordable, and easy to make.
So let's make it.
Let's make it. Let's eat.
Let's eat.
Can we do
Okay.
pizza?
Pizza first?
Yeah, pizza.
Now the pizza that we made was a full-size pizza. This that we made for you is little mini pizzas. We actually borrowed Mike the Vegan's pizza dough,
crust dough.
sort of. He has an oil-free pizza video that you guys should check out, but this pizza dough is just all-purpose flour, water, a little bit of garlic salt, and a little bit of like garlic and herb seasoning.
It's by far my favorite pizza dough.
Oh, and I did sprinkle in some salt water. Miyoko's vegan mozz.
Yeah.
Our salsa, of course.
So melty.
Some portobello mushrooms and oregano and basil.
It was so easy to make that.
Yeah.
Granted, you could just go buy it. We eventually did exchange it
we
for
swapped it out.
the Classico brand. You don't need dairy in tomato sauce. As if the cheese on the pizza weren't enough. Pasta. And look how cute this pasta is shaped like little pumpkins.
Take 2. Butternut squash pasta.
We saw it at Trader Joe's. The sauce on it is amazing. And then we made tacos. And we put salsa on the tacos. And these are soy crumbles from Light Life, Mexican crumbles. My favorite. Cheddar cheese shreds. And these are yum.
A little diced onion on there.
And then we have your classic chip dip. You can heat it up or Eat it cold with your chips.
It actually has a really nice spice to it. And here's the thing, we didn't really put anything spicy in it, so I think it's the onion and the garlic.
The garlic.
So if you want it to have a little less of a kick, maybe do 1 less clove of garlic and a little less onion. But I like the little spice.
And we used this chili powder as well that I think might add some of that smoky flavor.
I gotta be honest, I love pizza.
I love pizza too.
I know you know I love pizza, but I'm not sure if you understand. I will single-handedly keep Miyoko's in business by buying their vegan mozz to put on pizza. It's like the best mozzarella cheese that you can buy at the store. You can make your own.
It is.
Of
Oh
course.
my gosh. He's already done. Oh, that are cute. Simple Happy Kitchen posters. They have a Kickstarter going for their book, guys. Check them out. It's so cute.
And informative. There's a plant-based calcium sources poster, plant-based protein sources poster, and a plant-based iron sources poster.
You've seen these before. We got the hardcover book, and then you get little extras with it.
So, Anna, why does the Kroger Corporation put Romano cheese in their classic tomato sauce? By the way, we looked at all of their tomato sauces.
They all
have cheese in them. Whether it's a mushroom tomato sauce, a garlic tomato sauce, a basil tomato sauce.
Crackers, saltines, also tend to have dairy in them. One of our viewers said that she got frozen spinach once, and that had dairy in it as well.
People say all the time, oh, I could go vegan, but I could never give up cheese.
There's a reason for that.
Why is that?
Dairy is addictive.
We've talked about this before, especially in our macadamia mac and cheese video. Dairy has a thing called casein in it, and casein is the protein in milk. And when you ingest casein, it releases casomorphins into your body. And if it sounds like I just said morphine, it's because it is a morphine-like substance derived from casein. And when you eat it, or drink it, or slather it on your bagel, or whatever you do with it, it sends a little signal into your brain that says, that was nice. Let's keep doing that. That's why it's so hard to give up cheese. Neal Barnard said in one of his speeches that we watched, we can link that down below, that the strongest casomorphin is about 1/10 the strength of actual morphine. So it's not exactly like morphine, but it has a similar effect.
Casomorphins keep the baby calf coming back. Milk is intended for baby calves to grow, and we're feeding that to our kids, and we're feeding that to ourselves into adulthood. People worry about the estrogen in soy. Those are phytoestrogens. That's a whole different class of estrogens. The estrogens in dairy, in cow's milk, is mammalian estrogen. It is the same estrogen that we have as humans.
What do you think eating all of those hormones is going to do? Why do we have young girls going through puberty at a much early age? Why do we have boys getting gynecomastia, which is the medical term for man boobs?
Why are breast cancer and prostate cancer on the rise?
Cheese.
Dairy. Ice cream. Yogurt.
Butter, milk. It's all the same thing. It's the milk of a pregnant cow, and you're eating it.
You know, the good news is people are actually learning about the benefits of these other alternatives as compared to cow's milk. What's funny to me is that there is so much pushback from the dairy industry, you know, as opposed to going with what the people want, and a lot of companies are, like this guy. Switched his whole dairy operation to a plant-based milk operation. Everyone's happy.
I can't imagine
it's so much more
that it would be.
expensive,
Yeah, I
too.
can't imagine that it would be easier. You have to take cows, and then you have to forcibly impregnate them because they're not going to make milk unless they're pregnant or unless they've recently given a baby. And their gestation period is, guess what? 9 months. Sounds familiar. And dairy farmers quickly realized that in order to maximize milk output, they just re-impregnate the cow, re-impregnate the cow, re-impregnate the cow every single year. So the milk that's coming out of the cow that we're bottling is coming out of a pregnant cow. Then you have to take the baby calf away from the mother, which I can't imagine isn't emotionally scarring and morally horrific.
For both.
And then if it's male, you kill it for veal. And then if it's female, we put her back into the system of re-impregnating.
It's a nightmare operation.
Why do that?
When did we decide this was okay?
It's so weird.
It is so strange. Like, seriously, sit and think about it for a moment. If you're not vegan, if you're still into cheese, just think about it.
There are so many brands like Miyoko's and Kite Hill and Treeline, and they use a similar process to make their cheese. They just start with either almond milk or soy milk or coconut milk or whatever milk. I can't imagine that a cow milk facility would be less intensive than a soy milk facility. People already eat less cheese and drink less milk because guess what? Most human beings on the planet are what we call lactose intolerant, which is code for not a baby cow. So it's fine to be lactose intolerant because it's weird that you would be drinking the milk of another species anyway. That's the #1 food-related allergy on the planet.
A lot of people our age, in their 30s, are finding out that they're lactose intolerant now.
Reason #3, dairy is horrific. It's the #1 source of saturated fat.
Yes.
Cheddar cheese, which is a very common cheese, is over 70% fat. And if you eat a lot of fat, that turns into fat in your body. You shouldn't eat a lot of fat.
Why is the rate of obesity so high in the United States? As of Friday, it said that 40% of Americans are obese. We are the 10th unhealthiest country on the planet. I used to eat a lot of cheese before I went vegan, a lot of cheese, and I was about 15 pounds heavier.
If you look at sweetener consumption over time, it went up a bit, and as of 1999, it started falling because people started buying bottled water instead of sodas to a large degree. And if you look at cheese, where's that gone? Up and up and up and up. So which direction is obesity going? It's following the cheese.
And we've snuck it into like every meal and even snacks. Hey, put a little cheese on your egg omelet in the morning.
Or on your salad.
And then for lunch, put it on your salad. And then for dinner, have some lasagna or have some pizza or have a turkey and Swiss sandwich. Like, we've put cheese on everything. We pour it on our cereal. It's like
On
all
our
of this
cereal?
dairy.
Wait, on our cereal?
Milk.
Oh, yeah, duh.
Sorry.
I was picturing like sprinkling cheese on the cereal.
I wouldn't put that past your everyday American. Not only that, but now like bacon, it's become cool to say that you like cheese and you want to go have cheese tastings and have wine and cheese and put cheese, just cheese. There's just cheese everywhere.
It's seen as this luxury thing. It's not. It's like smoking cigarettes. It's like, oh, let's go smoke a cigarette in the parlor.
I don't know what accent that was, but I like it.
I don't know.
Solid. Not only that, but now we make fake cheeses too. We make like American cheese, which is cheese food. There's like Velveeta cheese in a can. And now we're making crappy versions of the food that's already crappy for us in the first place because it's made of fermented cow milk. With rennet.
And the dairy industry is in on this.
In the year 2000, the U.S. government, working with Dairy Management, Inc., held something called the Cheese Forum. And they wanted to unleash an interesting plan. Can we trigger the crave? They decided you could call some people cheese cravers, and others were enhancers. The enhancers, that's a person who takes a little bit of cheese and puts it on your salad. We don't want you. A craver opens up the refrigerator door, breaks off a big chunk of cheese, and stuffs it in their mouth and piles it all over their pizza, and that person can double or triple their cheese intake depending on how you do your marketing. That's the group we want.
And we're not really meant to handle that much acid. We just watched Cognitive Thought and Vegan Gains' debate, and Cognitive Thought said, oh, I use milk because it's alkaline, and it calms my acid reflux. Milk is not alkaline.
But it's a scientific fact that it's acidic.
It's acidic. And so when you consume all these acidic foods, your body has to balance out the pH.
Didn't Dr. Milton Mills say that your average carnivore's stomach pH is about 1?
Yeah, they can dissolve things that we can't dissolve in our stomach.
It's okay. Good things are happening.
Oh my gosh.
Dairy consumption is declining. Don't fret.
There's way more non-dairy milks in the store than there are dairy milks.
We've said them before. Let's do it real quick. Oat milk.
Rice milk.
Flax milk.
Hemp milk.
Pistachio milk.
Soy milk.
Cashew milk.
Almond milk.
Walnut milk. Coconut milk.
Oh, there's lots of milks,
There's
guys.
so many.
And we're seeing more and more vegan cheeses every day. There's a ton of vegan butters. There are a ton of vegan ice creams, and I defy you to tell me that almond ice cream is any less delicious than cow milk ice cream. It's just as good. It's loaded with sugar. It's not a health food by any stretch of the imagination, but it's a creamy frozen dessert, and it tastes good.
Yeah.
I mean, we're really in like the golden age of vegan dairy right now. There's so many companies making really good non-cow milk dairy products. It baffles us as to why you would go to the grocery store and choose the cow version when you can just pick the version that comes from a plant.
And dear vegetarians, we know that you are doing your very best to reduce your footprint on the planet, but dairy is actually doubly as cruel as meat. You are subjecting a single cow to multiple pregnancies that she doesn't choose to have, and then putting her through the heartbreak of taking her baby away every single year. And at the age of 5, when she becomes so weak and so emaciated that she cannot produce milk anymore, she just falls to the ground. They call them downed cows. They get slaughtered. So after a lifetime of hard work, she still gets slaughtered. Her baby, her boy, gets slaughtered. Her female goes into the same cycle. So try to reduce your dairy, not just for your health, but also for the animals.
And read those ingredients labels, because
every time
it's important, apparently.
Yeah.
So Anna, I think we can jump into the vegan news.
Vegan news! And there is great news.
Gucci bans fur.
Yes!
It's pretty awesome, right?
We have other companies such as Tommy Hilfiger, Armani, Calvin Klein, who have also banned fur from their line because it is not modern anymore.
Oh, we wouldn't want to be out of the fashion, would we? At Gucci. It's an Italian brand. I don't know why I slipped into RP.
And guess who decided that? You did. The young generation of today is speaking up against fur.
Of course.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Because the older generation didn't quite get it.
We all know the practice of fur is horrible. You wouldn't want to skin a fox or a mink yourself, so don't have somebody else do it, just so that you can wear like a little bit of it on your jacket, or wear the whole
lot of it.
A lot of it and make a whole coat out of it. Like, what's the point of that?
Why wear torture? Let's speak up against the people that we look up to in the media, actors, actresses, singers. Let's talk to Burberry and Versace. And while we're on the topic, this happened a couple of months ago, a little more than a couple of months ago. The Czech Republic has also banned fur farming. The Chamber of Deputies and the Senate voted unanimously.
Strange that you would call that farming, too. Fur farming? Like, you don't go out to the field and pick the fur, you know?
Yeah.
You don't harvest the fur.
You
It's not a fur farm.
gas and electrocute the animals.
Yeah.
And then you rip their fur off, and sometimes they're not all the way dead. This isn't right anymore. So guys, those are some amazing news stories, huh? And it's all because of you and what you choose to support, what you choose to buy, what you choose to put your dollars into. And we hope you continue to do that. We have a lot of years ahead of us. There's a lot of change coming.
Yeah. Well, also we're vegans, so we're going to live for a really long time.
Yeah. We're going to be like this guy.
So guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and if you like it, please click that thumbs up down below. That really helps us out.
Click the notification bell as well. We've learned that that's a thing that you must do in order to know when our videos come out.
And if you haven't already, subscribe, and we will bring you something new every week.
Check out our Etsy store. We just ordered a batch of new shirts that I think you will like. And thank you so much to our Patreon patrons for continuing to support this channel. You are really helping us keep this going and spread our message, so thank you.
And we wanted to say a very personal thank you to Maintaining Michelle on YouTube. Thank you for your generous donation to the channel. It will be used wisely to save animals and change minds and ultimately change the world. And it is people like you that make this show possible, so thank you very much, Maintaining Michelle.
Thank you.
Your world